What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin It Podcast, episode 59. Andre, the Game Idea Guy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. This has been a busy week, but I've been pretty good. So
Yeah, it's been pretty eventful. I've had two podcasts this morning. This is my third one today. So yeah, doing pretty good, being pretty eventful and impactful. So today, people, I got nothing. So we're freestyling. I literally have nothing. I got nothing. So this is we really are winging it today, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that was the whole premise in the original, anyway.
Yeah. to be honest. So all right. You were in the chat for the Mortal Kombat review I did with T this morning.
Yeah,
random question. Have you watched Mortal Kombat? Have you watched the movie yet?
No, I have not. Planning on it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you have over 120 characters to choose from, would you make your own character, create an original character?
Hell no.
Because that just sounds like too much work.
No, especially when you already have a deep lore to pull from. You've already got a story that you can work with. And if anything, if I was going to be making characters, I'd be making side characters that aren't important to the main story. So just like quick deaths and get rid of them.
Yeah, so I can kill them in awesome
but I wouldn't
fashion.
take the spotlight. I would not be taking the spotlight away from any of the main characters of the story.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy.
The new one.
I just want to make sure I wasn't crazy because that's just me. But that being said, that's not even what I want to talk about starting off tonight. So hold on, let me make sure I got this correctly because I found this on Pure Xbox. So I forgot that they were doing a Lord of the Rings MMO. Amazon was, and they quietly canceled it. I forget. Do you remember they talked about this like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, actually, I was looking at that stuff earlier today because actually Amazon was doing a few games, and one of the ones that I had beta tested was canceled. So yeah.
All right. So so I understand why cancellations are that stuff like that happens, but I'm wondering, was this one of those situations where the budget was getting out of hand? Because to me, I think what probably would have been a better start off would have been starting off with an actual game as opposed to going the MMO route. Establishing a fan base first, and then going that route later. Unless they were trying to use a free to play model, which a lot of people are doing now.
They basically, which is not always going to be successful. But what they could have done is gone the route that Star Wars accidentally took.
What you mean,
Knights of the Old Republic, the 2 single player games, and then having the Old Republic.
Yeah,
accidentally.
Yeah, accidentally. I can't even lie about that. That was an accident.
Knights of 1, 2, and then the Old Republic. I still feel it could have been done with that, and
probably in a better.
I'm not going to push it too much.
Well, I mean, I just find it. I find it weird.
Actually, I had something I wanted to talk about with that.
Oh, okay. Hey, you kind of chopping up a little bit. I think you got a little bit of a lag going. And I think I may have lost you.
Hold on. I think I know what to do.
All right. Let's give them a minute for technical difficulties. But in the meantime, people, we would like you to know that Smash Brothers is still awesome. Samurai Showdown is still an awesome fighting game. And for some odd reason, I still have not tried Outriders yet. I'm still on my Monster Hunter Rise stuff, still getting through all that. So just want you to know the games are still being played. And Trails of Cold Steel 4 is off the chain. Trails of Cold Steel 4, people. That's all I'm gonna say. Trails of Cold Steel 4. If you haven't played any of the other ones, I feel bad for you. But Trails of Cold Steel 4 is love is life. I'm actually liking what Falcom is doing, by the way. You got to give good JRPG people props, and they do an excellent job. I'm wondering, do they have like some of the team from the old Grandia games on there? Because something about that, their turn-based style is a little reminiscent to me. But hey, you back?
Yeah, I fixed the issue.
Okay, there we go, and we're back. So thank you for joining us.
The network.
Gotcha. Thank you for staying with us through our network, our commercial. So we do appreciate that for you staying through our commercial. So please continue, Senor.
Well, I had an idea about Star Wars, and it's probably something that plenty of other people have had, but I've been playing Dragon Age recently. And I'm like, the system that the game runs, the way the game plays is so similar to Knights of the Old Republic. And everybody's doing remasters now or remakes. Why not remake Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 in the engine that Dragon Age has been done in? You know, people been asking for new Knights of the Old Republic games. They've been asking for it, been asking for them to be updated.
Yeah.
Redo them in the Dragon Age engine, and then have the games literally connect to each other so your data goes from one game to the next. The same as Dragon Age and Mass Effect. And then they could do a third game and actually finish off the trilogy.
Yeah. Or they could just give us Jade Empire 2, but that's just me being.
Yeah, they could do that too.
I miss Jade Empire. That game was so awesome.
My thing is, it's sitting there. Nothing's being done with it.
Yeah. And when you do your remake, you like do that actually makes sense because you can bring more people into it.
They could put more, they could expand the roster of characters.
Mm-hmm.
They could literally have your save information and all of your accomplishments and from the first game lead into the next. And they could still individually remaster them each.
If they wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, not going the route of Final Fantasy VII Remake and extending a 5-hour section into 40 hours.
Man, why are you bringing back my PTSD?
What I'm just saying is they could do it. They've already got the blueprint for it.
Yeah,
they'll have to redo a good deal of the voice work, but they've got the blueprint already set for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Why not?
I'm surprised they haven't done it already, though. Well, EA.
Like you've got BioWare, and you still can make Star Wars games.
Yeah, for the moment.
If people have been asking for this to come back,
yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
simple. I'm not going to say it's simple, but they could do a full remaster. They could have you play to the end of the first game and carry your save over to the second game so that there are specific events that'll be referenced rather than how they had to do it before.
Well, I'll put it like this. The reason why I say I think it would be simple, EA is large enough to where it would be simple for them to pull off.
Oh, yeah, for them.
Yeah, because that's how big they are. So simple, yes, for them. And we're not talking about a team like the size of Shinin trying to do it. We're talking about a corporation with like thousands of employees. They can pull that off with relative ease, in my humble opinion. That's not so humble, but humble.
The only thing I can think of as to why they haven't attempted to do it is because that's more like the old extended universe stuff that Disney kind of tried to do away with.
Disney's like, whatever makes us money, we'll do.
Yeah, I was about to say, but then the Old Republic fits into that category as well, so you can still do it.
Yeah, they said they were going to go in a whole new direction until the Mandalorian started making money.
They need to go back to the original extended universe stuff.
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing as a casual Star Wars fan. The extended universe stuff, those books were already made, so it was kind of one of those situations where you already have the stuff ready to go. It will probably be a little bit easier to do your movies based off stuff that already has lore attached to it, so you don't have to make up nothing studio wise. You already have the stuff there. So I never understood why they made that stupid ass statement to begin with. Yeah, that's just me. I never understood that, but it is what it is. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. So yeah. Looking back on some stuff, I also noticed that Sony backtracked on store closures, at least for the moment. The PS3 and PS Vita store closures. I thought that was kind of funny because they're getting closed. They're still going to get closed. I hope people don't fall for the okie doke on this, which I'm pretty sure they already have. But those stores are going to get closed. I don't see this as a situation in which those stores are going to stay open. Now, what they may do is fold some of those more popular games into the current structure. They may do that
if they can get it to work.
Yeah, if they can get it to work. But other than that, those stores are closing. I mean, it happens. It's legacy. It's legacy stuff. Like there's a reason why you have to update your phones and your computers and your laptops at a certain point. It's not the flick of a switch and everything works. It doesn't work like that.
No.
So, yeah.
Everything gets updated with the hardware.
Yeah. It's part of growing tech. So when you got growing tech, you can't keep stuff. There's a reason why you can't use Windows 98, even though you think it's perfect. There's a reason why you can't use Windows XP or Windows 7 for that matter, or Windows 8 for that matter. You got to get on Windows 10 and up. If you're in the PC line of stuff, it just happens. So I think that's funny. I get why some people are like they're taking it as a win, but I'm like that store is still going to close because at some point it's going to become a security issue, and they can't afford to keep it open.
It's already been a security issue multiple times.
Yeah, but they don't want to believe that. But yeah, I mean, at some point, I'm thinking they're probably gonna, instead of it being in the summer, it's probably gonna go through to winter, and this time they're not gonna tell nobody. They're just gonna do it. They'll probably tell you a week before it happens, if that, because they're like, look, we can't keep this open no more. Or if one more big security breach happens, they'll close it immediately. Then,
I can see that happening.
Yeah, so the hilarity of all of that, in my opinion. Though I'm not mad at fans for that, because I'm like, look, I get it, I understand, but at the same time, I think we need to be a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more aware of technology a little bit and how it works a little bit.
Yeah, people do. Yeah. Unfortunately, nobody really wants to pay attention.
Nah, it's going to be fun. All right, so looks like we just found out Activision, Sega, and Bandai Namco have been added to the E3's digital lineup. And apparently Sony's not attending? Oh, snap. So
do they not have anything to show?
I'm guessing, well, right now, and I'm skimming real fast. Found this article on thegamer.com. They have like their E3 2021 update thing to add who all's showing up. Mm-hmm. But apparently Sony is saying they're not showing up this year. Huh. I wonder if they're just gonna
TGS.
Yeah, they're probably saving this stuff for TGS. They've decided not to attend. This article doesn't say why. They just decided not to attend. Instead, it will be relying on its very own event to talk about PS5 titles and more about its arsenal at hand. However, general games which will be available on other consoles alongside PS5 will be displayed. Okay. So basically they're going to do their own thing and not technically have a presence there. But we'll still probably have a presence
be wrapped up. If it's still happening around the same time, and it's still going to be wrapped up with all the E3 stuff.
Yeah. So I'm guessing either before or after. possibly after, because I think E3's June 12th. It actually starts on a Saturday this year officially and goes through that Monday.
Yeah,
So it's
and
the
they're probably
12th through
going
the
to do
15th.
something after.
Yeah, so it's probably be that next week after or something. They're gonna have their very own thing where they're gonna talk about their stuff. Huh.
Yeah, well, unlikely.
I find that funny.
That's the thing. That's so they don't have to pay the people running E3 anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing now that companies have had to do that for a year now. Now they're like, oh, we don't really need to do this if we don't have to.
Isn't it extra expense they don't have to pay for?
Yeah. That's interesting. But I would have thought at least they would have showed up to hawk something. I still got a feeling they'll probably drop a trailer or something. They'll probably drop a world exclusive, you know. and,
no, we don't need nothing. We don't
and,
need any more world exclusives like Game Awards.
They're gonna drop a world exclusive, and that trailer will be used at the Game Awards that year.
Yep,
it'll be used at the Game Awards. Be a world exclusive from E3. Awesome sauce. World exclusive from E3. Let's see. What else do they have going on that I found to be completely hilarious? So, man, what you been playing lately?
Like I just said, Dragon Age. Got through the first game and into the second game, and I hate the naming convention for that series.
Why you hate the naming convention?
Because the first game is called Dragon Age Origins, and then the second game is Dragon Age 2, and the third game is Dragon Age Inquisition, and the fourth game is going to be Dragon Age 4.
I mean, I don't see the problem with that. Yes, I do. I see all the problem with that. That's crazy. I didn't realize that either. I just call it Dragon Age.
I was thinking the first game was just Dragon Age, and Origins was like a prequel game.
Yeah.
And then there was 2. Nope. That's not how it worked.
Nah. Now that you say that, I just realized that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. Wow. Okay. Because I haven't played anything since I played Inquisition. I don't think I finished Inquisition.
So I'm working my way up to that.
I think I started, but I never got a chance to finish it. Huh?
It's like that. Just that whole naming scheme. I'm like, who thought this up?
I do this. I guess it's cool not to do numbers, and then the other person was like, "No, it's cool to do numbers."
Like they don't do odd numbers, just even.
Yeah. So I guess somebody has. I guess it would be funny if that's really the reason.
The even number games don't have subtitles, and the odd number games are Dragon Age with the subtitle.
And it would be funny if the reason why that is because of like some kind of weird superstition that one of the producers has. That would be hilarious. In and of itself, man. In and of itself. Hey, so I know you saw that the Ryu and Power Rangers, right?
Yeah, him and Chun-Li. And I honestly had no desire to play with those characters in that game at all.
So, people, so we can help, so we can help convince Andre to play with them. I think we should watch that video. What you think? I think we should watch that video. I think it would be awesome.
You can go ahead and put it up there.
Because you should play.
That's still not going to convince me.
It's going to convince you, dude. It's going to convince you. So it's going to convince you. See, what are you not liking?
No, the game is fine. I just don't see the point of throwing in Ryu and Chun-Li.
I mean, he even has his black belt on.
Like, And he's the hawk and not the dragon, oddly enough. You would think he would be a dragon.
This is true. Somewhere Masahiro Sakurai is like, I'm going to put this in Smash Brothers at some point.
It'd be cool if they did.
Yeah.
But it's not needed.
No, of course it's not needed. I think this is hilarious. This is hilarious to me.
I was like, what made them want to even do that, though? That's
very good question. That's a very good question. I have no idea.
Oh, this, you know what they did?
What?
Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah. I'm still kind of mad he has a bandana.
Yeah, I don't get why he has a bandana on his helmet.
Yeah. So, people, there's that. So did it convince you to not play this game at all?
The game is good, but I don't see the point in those characters in that game.
To be honest, man, so I have the game. I will be picking this up. I will be picking that up just because I think it looks ridiculous, and I kind of like the cheesiness of it. I like the cheesiness of it. It looks weird. Like he has his own power coin, but he has his black belt around it.
Like it's a whole bunch of aesthetics that just don't really work well.
No,
because if you're going to do that, then he doesn't need to have the belt tie off. He doesn't need the headband hanging from the helmet.
The headband is hanging literally around the helmet.
Just cut the headband off and cut off the straps to the belt. And what would make people think that Ryu will use a power coin anyway? But see, that's the whole problem with it. I'm thinking too much about how the character actually works and why it don't fit. They've been better off going ahead and using the Ninja Turtles and doing that crossover.
That crossover was actually fire in the comic book, by the way.
Yeah, and I would have been hyped for that.
Nah, that crossover and the one they did with Batman. Well, the first one they did with Batman, not the second one. The second one was stupid, but the first one they did with Batman, that was dope.
But I'm sitting here like, if they use the Ninja Turtles in the Power Rangers comic book, and that story was awesome, especially when Shredder got the Dragon Coin. That's why Ryu couldn't be the Dragon. I forgot about that. He'd have to be the Green Ranger. But I'm just like, they had an opportunity to cross-pollinate those and didn't go with it.
Yeah, which I wonder what the reasoning was for. How did they get Ryu and Chun-Li and not the Ninja Turtles? Because, like you said, it would make more sense for them to do Ninja Turtles since they had that big crossover.
Yep. And if you're gonna do Ryu and Chun-Li, why did y'all get Ken?
Yeah,
y'all
don't like Ken. Y'all don't like Ken,
or grab Guile or someone else.
I can understand why they didn't grab Guile, but yeah, Ken, y'all not gonna grab Ken, man.
I mean, it's not like y'all ain't got a White Ranger in the game already, because that's all Ryu is. He's just another White Ranger with a different animal.
Yeah, you said it, not me. So yeah, there is that.
And Chun-Li's a Blue Ranger costume. So again, they got multiples of the same colors. Ken could have been in there. They could have called him the Salamander or something. It would still be fire.
That's very true. I mean, yeah, because he would have to have a red Ranger suit.
Mm-hmm.
But would you put the eyebrows on the actual outside of the
No, I would not.
What?
I would not pull a Street Fighter 5. Would not.
You gonna put the eyebrows on there, man?
With the eyebrows on the outside? No.
Come on, man. You know he has a unique eyebrow structure, which makes absolutely no sense.
His eyebrows don't even match his hair.
I find that to be hilariously funny and true. Doesn't at all, actually.
And that's he's supposed to be a natural blonde, but he has brunette, thick eyebrows.
Yeah, good point. Good point. good point. I'm seeing that now. Dang. Kind of. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Street Fighter animated movie now.
Don't get them mixed up with which one you dropped them.
Yeah, he's for some odd reason always been drawn like that.
I'm
no
wondering,
clue.
I wonder if it's one of those situations where they had to do it because of like console limitations, and then they just kept it just because that's what people are used to.
It could have been. It could have been. It could have been based on the limitations of their CPS boards that they were using back in the day.
Yeah,
where they didn't want it to bleed into each other, which would have been fine. Is understandable, but still looks funny.
It looks hilarious. I mean, it still does look hilarious to this day. So that I still just find that hilariously awesome. I was thinking about something. You know how they've been talking about bringing back like the whole Tony Hawk and all that. Remember, like back in 5th Gen when they had Tony Hawk and they had the other extreme sports games. They always had like a cameo character like Venom or Darth Maul or something. Yeah. I wonder why they stopped doing that.
Don't ask me. I'd have no idea. But you know what would be funny?
What?
To see a Tony Hawk game and they throw Martha Stewart in there as a skater.
And Snoop Dogg.
Just because it would be weird.
With Snoop Dogg in the background. I'm surprised we haven't got Martha Stewart Snoop Dogg video game yet.
That would be such a misadventure story type thing.
And I would be here for it.
It would have to be something wild and just outrageous. And probably play like the Telltale's story games.
I mean, we got Barack Fu.
That's true.
We got Barack Fu. I mean, The Adventures of Dirty Barry. I wonder if Barack Obama played that game.
That's a good question. I would love to see what his reaction was.
Man, he needs to start his own Twitch channel just to play through Barack Fu. That would be awesome. That would be hilarious if he did that.
To watch him play through a game that has his likeness used in it.
Yeah, but a totally blaxploitation era Shaft version of himself.
I'm pretty sure plenty of people would pay high money to watch that as a pay-per-view.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Like, heck yeah. And just to see his reaction to it, especially when people saw Snoop getting mad about Madden. Bruh. That was a funny vid when he lost it over Madden. But I can understand that game was kind of janky, so I can understand
it has been for a while.
Yeah, I can understand his frustration. I'll just leave it at that.
Everybody can understand his frustration.
Yeah.
Don't take much to figure that out.
Yeah, you really don't. I mean, hell, I stopped playing Madden after. Which was the one with was it 2013 or 14? The one with Elway on the cover of the special. I think it was like 13 or 14. I think that's when I stopped.
You might be right, yeah.
I'm like, this is the same game over and over. I'm not going to pay $60 for the same game.
Let's see. I think the only real upgrade that's happened to him as of late is putting in any of the EA Sports games is putting in the actual like star franchise player modes.
Yeah,
for those, which are decent, but still super limited for the whole game. And that would be the only reason I'd play any of them.
Yeah.
And once you complete that, like I wouldn't want to go back to it. Actually, to be honest.
Well, so that brings up an interesting conundrum for me. So people talking about games as a service. Like to me, like those games are perfect for games.
They
as a
are
service
perfect for it
because that way, because you're not making any major engine changes. You haven't for almost a decade. So just charge people to upgrade at the beginning of the season to change the rosters and stuff.
That's what I've said so many times.
I don't get why. Like that is the perfect series. Those sports games are the perfect series for games as a service. To be honest, I just don't know why they won't just do it at this point.
Because
to me, it just makes more sense, if anything.
They're stigmatized on it.
Well, yeah, that could be true.
But sports games like that make so much more sense to do them as a service, or games that were coming out like Call of Duty where the engine wasn't very different, but the game was coming out every year.
Yeah, it was annualized. Which
just do an update. I can understand if they're under different headers, like Black Ops and Modern Warfare are different headers.
Yeah.
But if they're under the same header, just do an update for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I can't be the only person who thinks that would be a smart play. We can't be the only people that think that.
Probably not, but EA is like, nah, we're not going to do it. We're going to charge a full $60 every year.
Yeah. I wonder how much money they would save if they actually did that.
They'd save a lot of money, and then they'd be making a bunch of money. So, you could, for Madden, for example, $10 to $20 for the annual update.
Yeah.
And maybe change the game out every 3 to 4 years. That way there could be some actual improvements that happen to it. Because you're going to get a bunch of people in on that initial buy in the first place.
Yeah, because they're going to, especially if they feel like it's cheaper.
Yeah.
All I got to pay is $20 to update so I can get the current roster. Let me do that then.
Yeah, they charge full price for the game on launch day. And then every year for a couple years, they charge for an update for it.
Yeah.
That adds newer content, maybe add an extra mode or something that they could have put in there anyway.
And then when you actually do have a full-on engine change, then you can actually change it and be like, okay, next year is, we're changing the engine. Here's what we're doing. It's up to $60, 70, 100 for the deluxe and ridiculous editions. And then it's back to that $20. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because it's not like they have their fan base. Their fan base is entrenched at the moment. So they're not going nowhere.
Very entrenched.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. So
not unless behind it all,
unless NFL 2K series come back, which ain't. So
sadly,
sadly. So yeah. Hey, just read this on Push Square. Apparently, Godfall is coming to PS4. The PS5 supposed exclusive that came out launch. Now it's coming.
Hold on, didn't
PS4.
that come out on Xbox?
I don't know. I've only ever seen it for PlayStation. I've never seen it for Xbox. It may. Hell, I don't know. But apparently, according to this, it's gonna be. They're gonna have a PS4 version as they're trying to reach a much larger audience. Well, duh.
Should have done that in the first place.
Should have done that in the first place.
Okay, it was PC and PS5.
Okay, yeah, they should have did that in the first place. I mean, the PS4 has with the way larger base. You knew you weren't going to have a lot of people on PS5 to begin with, and then, unfortunately, according to a lot of people, the game has a lot of issues. So, what are you going to do for the PS4? Are you going to fix those? Are you going to address those? Or are you just going to, hey, we're going to put this out on the PS4 to try to recoup some money? Which
that's probably what they were thinking.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing that makes sense. We're going to put this on the PS4 to try to recoup some kind of cash back. Because they should have did that from the rip, off the rip.
Yeah, they should have, but they didn't.
Oh boy! Like there was nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, look, this is going to be on PS5 and PS4. We got the larger
They still have a very large base on the PS4 to work with.
Yeah, because once again, even the people that want PS5s, they're having stocking issues. So every game should have been on PS4 and PS5. At least the first 2 years.
Yeah.
At least.
Which would have been the smart move.
Jeez, boy, some people, man.
But now they're gonna have to try to downgrade the game to make it run on PS4s.
Mm-hmm.
And that might not work as well.
Yeah, and on top of that, fix whatever issues that was hampering the PS5 version. Because if you downgrade it, are you still gonna have those same issues that people were complaining about?
More than likely.
And they'll probably find a whole can of new ones just because it wasn't meant to be on that specific hardware. So I mean,
well, that also depends on how low of what type of PCs is like. What's the base model PC that this game can run on? So, like, if they can run within the parameters of what's competitive to a PS4, then it's probably not going to be as big of a deal. But again, that's up to them and their ability to code to figure out how to get it to run.
Unless they already had a version that weren't running on PS4 before.
Yeah, and then they just decided to put it on PS5 instead.
Yeah. I mean, that could also be the thing. Hopefully that's the case. That way it won't be too much of an issue. But if that's the case, it should have just released it, like you said, to begin with.
Yeah. But that's the same situation I see with the game. Was it the Medium? Yeah. It came out for Xbox Series S and X. Mm-hmm. That game could run on Xbox One. They just don't want it to.
Yeah. Yeah,
my PC can literally run it, and I know my PC doesn't have the same parts as the Series X or S. So there's no reason that couldn't have been on the Xbox One.
Yeah, I don't understand the reasoning for trying to make something new console exclusive when you know you're never gonna. You're not right now. At least right now, you do not have. Yeah, you do not have the base to make it work like that, to get the most profit. I don't understand that. Now it'd be different if it probably wasn't a pandemic and it was selling off the store shelves. Yeah, I mean, but it's not doing that. So you knew that last year.
Yeah.
You knew it last year. So
they knew that was going to happen last year, and they should have just not done it.
Yeah, I would never understand that mindset of we're going to put it out anyway, knowing that your fiscal year starts in March anyway. So just push back your releases to March.
That would have been the smart move.
You still have a powerful enough, a big enough base to put most of this stuff on both of them anyway, because you're doing it anyway.
Yep.
So if you're doing it anyway, you might as well just put it on those, move these consoles to March. So when your fiscal year starts, at least all that money gets counted on this year and not last year. So it doesn't look like a loss. I don't get that. I don't get the thought process behind that. I really don't. But
look, I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm sitting in the boardroom with these guys. So maybe they see it. Maybe they're looking at something that we're not privy to. They're looking at information we're not privy to. And that's why they made the decision they made. I'm just saying from the outside looking in, I wouldn't have done that knowing when my fiscal year. As a matter of fact, I would never release nothing like that. I would always release it in March if I could. Just knowing what I know, I would always try to release it in March. I know people say, well, wait till the holidays, their biggest selling time of the year. But especially if you don't have the base like you think you may have.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with getting it out in March and just getting everything you can get the whole year?
Nothing. Besides patience.
Yeah, besides patience, yeah. But on the bright side, Capcom is giving away a Lady Dimitrescu size beach towel. Boy, this pandemic has been hard on some people. This pandemic has been hard on people, man.
I'm gonna leave out the whole thing alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Oh my! And so people. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me share my screen. I got. Did they give a full picture? They didn't give a full picture. God dog it. So all right, I'm not gonna share it. But there's a beach towel. Capcom is giving a beach towel away of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil: The Village. Bruh, they are capitalizing off this horniness.
Might as well. Look, if Nintendo was smart, they would have done the same thing when Bowsette was around.
Well, Nintendo got them love hotels. They don't need that. They got them love hotels. They got the hotels for that.
They still could have had a little bit extra. They could have had a lot extra. If they would have played into it, they could have had a lot of extra money.
Yeah, they really could have. I still think that was creepy though. I think that's the one thing that blew up way too creepy and way too fast. It's just like, bruh.
It was too many people that got in it. They got
that was just
too
weird.
many people.
Way too many. So, hey, what's up, Sandstorm? Is that game any good? I don't know. If you're talking about Godfall, I don't know. I didn't play it.
I could not tell you either.
Yeah. I just read I read that there were games that was having a lot of issues with it. They said it was repetitive in nature, and the loot-based system just wasn't up to. I guess the loot system wasn't as good as previous games that actually have loot systems in it. So I mean, I don't know. I thought it looked good. It was one of the things that it was one of those games where I'm like, I'll wait to see what everybody else says.
Check it out at some point.
Yeah. That's one of those games for me. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting that it's coming, that they're downgrading it. I just think it's interesting.
Inhuman.
Yeah. I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people from that team that worked on it. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably. Yeah. I really wouldn't. In all honesty. But yeah, that was just I'm waiting to hear more games doing that. Honestly, getting we're gonna make a PS4 version, we're gonna make an Xbox One X version. Xbox already doing that. They're making their games playable across the family.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised because Sony was so staunch on this is for PS5. This is for. I'm like, yeah, bro, but you ain't.
There's gonna make money that way.
You're not. I mean, and your PS4 base is so large. Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? That's just from a business standpoint. Why wouldn't you?
That's a stupidity standpoint. That's what that is.
Yeah. So, but I don't. Once again, I don't work for Sony. I don't know what variables they're looking at from a business standpoint. Maybe they're looking at something that we don't have knowledge of, and that's why they made their prediction based off that. I just think it was a dumb prediction.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, especially seeing as how at the time we're deep in a global pandemic to where you're constantly getting shut down from your, from physical areas, so you can't go into a lot of places, and everybody's having to work from home and trying to figure things out. Why would you do that when you have a game that's pretty much ready to go? Just be like, look, man, we got to put it on both of them. We already put it on PC. We got to hit it as much money as we can because we're probably not going to have enough stock to justify this game being exclusive.
Nope. None.
Which they didn't have enough. To me, they didn't have enough stock to justify being exclusive. So, and they should have known that the second time over the summer when stuff had to go back to lockdown because numbers spiked. I mean, would love to be a fly on the wall in those meetings, though. Would love to be a fly on the wall in those meetings. Really, Capcom a beach towel? I'm just saying, a beach towel? Really? Really? I'm waiting for the body pillow personally. I know it's coming. If you're gonna
That's
do a
why
beach
I'm surprised it hasn't happened.
If you're gonna do a beach towel, you might as well do the body pillow. Just take full advantage of all this horniness going on.
Might as well go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna make in Capcom's mind, we're gonna make a profit one way or another.
If you're gonna do it, go wholesale.
Yeah, go full on Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Just go on and do it. Go on and do it. They already talking about you anyway. Just go on and do it.
Yep, just go ahead and get it out the way.
Like, oh y'all offended, are you? Well, wait till you see this. Oh, like, geez, a beach towel though, man. I'm like,
They decided on it.
yeah,
Look, no shame in their game. They're gonna make some.
yeah. I'm like, hey,
some money.
and if y'all want, if y'all really feeling frisky, we'll do a beach towel body combo with all three of the daughters.
No.
For the friskiness and for the game, it is frisky. How do you explain that to your partner? How do you explain it? Babe, you got a new, you got your Amazon package just came in. It's kind of big. Yeah, give me that.
Like, I'm gonna just show you the video and you decide. That's how we gonna go.
Yeah. Did you get something from UPS? It looks like a bunch of towels. Hey, give me that. Don't worry about that. Are you not gonna put these in the bathroom? Nope.
Specifically for me.
Yeah.
Personal use.
Man, those conversations are gonna be hilariously awesome. I'm pretty sure somebody on TikTok is gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they are.
We're gonna do it and get like 500,000 views off the first minute of it being up.
Oh man, but that does bring into question though. Like, I wonder why they stopped doing it, because they used to do that back in the day. Like back in the early 2000s, they would do that a lot. Like you'd see like mouse pads, and I mean they still do the mouse pads.
Don't remind me of the mouse pads.
Hey man, this it's to help your wrist.
Uh-huh. It helps a wrist in some way, shape, or form.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, I've seen some craziness. Play Asia is awesome. PlayAsia.com.
You're gonna get somebody in trouble.
Hey, look, I'm just saying I've seen stuff. I never said I bought anything.
I feel like there's a story behind that, but we're gonna let that one slide.
No story behind it. I mean, sometimes people need mouse pads.
Uh-huh.
I have wrist
mouse pads that have
I need it for my wrist, so I can sit comfortably while I'm doing my
it's
my
gotta be a
schoolwork.
nice little resting station.
Yeah. Like I said, man, PlayAsia.com. I used to be on PlayAsia religiously back in the mid 2000s.
Well, yeah, because that's where you could get all your stuff imported for a decent price for a decent
price. I'm like, bro, you have no idea.
Their prices have shot up a little bit since this pandemic.
Yeah, but they still making a profit, so people still using it. I mean, and this one of those situations where you would buy something from PlayAsia and it will actually get to you relatively quick. Most times when you do stuff like that, it takes like a month and a half, 2 months. Now, PlayAsia had your stuff to you in 3 weeks.
That's because they already got it in stock. So they just got to ship it out. It ain't like half these companies is doing it where they got to get the stock after you pay for it and then ship it. So
I just always thought that was funny because like PlayAsia was my Amazon addiction before there was Amazon. It was PlayAsia for me. It was PlayAsia. I bought so much stuff off PlayAsia to the point that I'm semi-hilariously embarrassing. The amount of stuff I bought off there. Hey, look, I couldn't get Vita and DS games from Japan unless I went to PlayAsia. Among other things. Among other things that we won't discuss.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone.
Oh man. So Dude, you know what? It's been such a lovely evening today. I'd hate for it to end without us talking a little bit about the insane stuff that people are doing with Monster Hunter and some of these freaking weapons that they're using. I
Oh, you
sent
talking
one
about
out.
people's combo videos?
Yeah, bro. So I seen one on Twitter where somebody used a gun lance to one shot Magnum Malo. I will try that now. This is getting about as good as the Legend of Zelda Breath of the
I was
Wild
about
one.
to say that.
Like, bro, with people like finding little stuff that they did, like shooting ancient arrows, stuff like miles away in the distance, and it hitting.
But hey, it's a Nintendo Switch game, so it's definitely not capable of a lot of dynamic stuff, right? It couldn't. The physics engines aren't capable of being that good.
Last I heard was that the RE engine could not run on the Switch. Monster Hunter Rise runs off the RE engine. I rest my case.
People were wrong. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
simple as that. But yeah, I've seen the gun lance one. I've seen. I can do the sword and shield combo. I'm finally able to pull that one off. That was pretty dope. Cut off a couple tails like that. So that's what I kind of like about it. Like you get to see all these different combos and how they're doing them, and it makes you want to try that weapon. So at first, I was never gonna try the gun lance. I mean, even though it does look like an RPG, and a bazooka, all at the same time. I mean, now I kind of want to try it out. You know, so there's that because there's that one. I like the long sword. Still trying to learn the bow. I currently suck at the bow. I need to learn how to do it. I need to learn that one. I guess I'm messing up because I'm not doing the codings right. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
You figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure that foolishness out. But once I get my laptop situation taken care of, I'm gonna try to start back live streaming people. So I am gonna try to start back doing that once I get this laptop situation upgraded, and hopefully everything once I've fixed that issue, that'll help with me doing the live streams and stuff. Because for some reason, if I try to live stream now, the lag would be too much. It lags way too much. So that's why I haven't been live streaming. I've just been back to regular game capping and then uploading. So there's that. Hey, we're back to 56 minutes. So anything you want to pimp out before we get out of here?
No, not at the moment. Because I got stuff that's just sitting in the queue that I got. I'm turning into Shadow Fox now. Bunch of stuff sitting ready. I just have not done anything with. I need to start posting this stuff instead of letting it just sit around.
Yeah, especially you, because it's about time for E3 season. You know what's going to happen. Have your predictions going to come true. Have your predictions going to come true. You might want to go and get that stuff out there.
Look, it's already been happening this year. I'm not trying to let too many more videos go undone that I didn't have to scrap.
Yeah, you might want to start. Hey, you might want to do that, man. I'm telling you. Just saying, it's about that time. We're about to be into May. You know what happened every May? You had to let go about 10 videos because you waited too long. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to start uploading them.
Yeah.
Look, I just got the audio just sitting there. I just have not been all right, Sandstorm. I will not be late on putting out my predictions.
But yeah, me, I don't have much. I got a few games that I just game capped today. One of them is Battle Axe. Y'all will see that next Friday because I think that's when it's supposed to release. I actually kickstarted that game. Forgot I did. I hate when I do that. So I I'll have that one up on Friday because I think that's when it releases to everybody is on Friday. So I'll put that up on Friday, and I'm just gonna put up some gameplay stuff, some other games that I have that I haven't been playing in a while. That I've actually went back and like, dang, I forgot I had this. So I'll be doing that. I got a couple ideas for some Let's Talks. I'm just waiting on some people to join up for the discussion portions of it. So I hope to have a couple of Let's Talks in the next few weeks. So that's why I haven't done one on Monster Hunter yet. I'm waiting for that one. That one's going to be more like a podcast as opposed to a 10-minute Let's Talk discussion. So there's that. Also, you can check out the episode 6 season finale review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier that me and Vicky from Fangirl Review did this morning. I also have a video up for the Mortal Kombat 2021 film with me and Mrs. T giving our thoughts. Spoiler field, of course. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to watch it first before you watch that one. We did have a minor technical difficulty snafu this morning, but we still came back and was able to finish that one off. So give those videos a look and a like. Let me know what you think. Comment on them. I try to make sure that I comment back on videos. So if you have any comments, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I will try to make sure I get them answered. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this freestyling vid tonight. Probably next week, now that we did one of these, we'll probably have like 5 directs next week because that's usually how this goes.
Yeah, I need to put those videos up before that happens.
Yeah. So I've already heard rumor about a Microsoft thing before E3. So I would not be surprised if that happens next week. So because next week it will have either. Yeah, because next week it'll be what? Will E3 will be in 3 weeks after next week? Yeah. So there's that.
Wow.
So we'll probably get the
you're right.
We'll probably get the pre E3 stuff. So there's that. But thanks for watching. As always, Wakanda forever, people. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.